Yes, I have tricks in my pocket. I have things up my sleeve, but I am the opposite of stage magician. He gives you illusion that has the appearance of truth alone. I give you truth in the pleasant skies of illusion. To begin with, I turn back time. I reverse it to that quaint period, the 30s, when the huge middle class of America was matriculating in the school for the blind there. Their eyes had failed them, or they had failed their eyes, and so found their fingers pressed forcibly down in the fiery bell alphabet with a solid economy. In Spain, there was a revolution, but here, there was only shouting and confusion. In Spain, there was Guernica, but here, there was only disturbance of labor. Sometimes pretty violent, and otherwise peaceful cities such as Cleveland, Chicago, St. Louis. This is the social background of the play. The play is memory. Being a memory play that's embodied. It is sentimental and it is not realistic. In memory, everything seems to happen to music. That explains the fiddle and the wings. I'm the narrator of the play and also a character in it. The other character is my mother, Amanda. My sister, Laura, and a gentleman caller appears in the final scenes. He is the most realistic character in the play. Being a missionary from the world of reality, we are somehow set apart from it. But since I have a poet's weakness for symbols, I'm also using this character as a symbol. He is long delayed, but always expected something that we live from. There is a fifth character in the play. He doesn't appear except in his large and life-size photograph. This is our father, who left us a long time ago. He was a telephone man who fell in love long distances. He gave up his job at the telephone company and skipped a laughing taxi right out of town. The last we heard from him was a picture postcard from Mazatlan on the Pacific coast of Mexico, containing a message of only 2 words: hello, goodbye, and no address. I think the rest of the play was very simple.
Tom?
Yes, Mother.
We can't say grace until you come to the table.
Come in, Mother.
Honey, don't push with your fingers. If you have to push with something, the thing to push with is a crust of bread. And chew! Animals have secretions in their stomachs, which enable them to digest food without mastication. But human beings have to chew their food before they swallow it down.
I haven't enjoyed one bite of this dinner because you're constant directions on how to eat it.
Temperament like a metropolitan stop. You're not sweeping the table.
I'm getting a cigarette.
Oh, you smoke too much.
I'll bring in the fromage.
Oh, no, sister, no, sister. You be the ladies this time, and I'll be the doctor. I want you to stay fresh and pretty for Jen and college.
I'm not expecting any gentlemen callers.
Why, sometimes they come when least expected. Why, I remember one Sunday afternoon in Blue Mountain.
I know it's coming.
Yes, well, let her color.
Again?
She loves the color.
One Sunday afternoon in Blue Mountain, your mother received 17 gentlemen callers. Why, sometimes there weren't enough chairs to accommodate them all. We had to send a nigger over from the parish house to bring the folding chairs.
How did you entertain those gentlemen callers?
I understood the art of conversation.
I bet you could talk.
Oh, girls in those days knew how to talk, I can tell you.
Yes.
They knew how to entertain their gentlemen callers.
What did you talk about?
Things of importance going on in the world. Never anything coarse or common or vulgar. My callers were gentlemen all. Among my callers were the most prominent young plaintiffs of the Mississippi Delta. Plaintiffs and sons of plaintiffs. There was young Champ Laughlin, who later became vice president of the Delta Plaintiffs Bank. Harry Stevenson, who drowned in the lake, left us with $150,000 in government bonds. Then there were the Couture brothers, Wesley and Bates. Bates was one of my dry particular beaux. He got a floor with that wild Wainwright boy. They shot out on the floor of Ring Lake Casino. Bates got shot through his stomach and died under the ambulance on his way to Memphis. His widow was well provided for. Came into 8 or 10,000 acres, that's all. She married on a rebound, never loved her. but he had my picture of him the night he died. But then there was that boy that every girl in Delta set her cap for. That beautiful, brilliant, fit-you boy from Greene County.
What's he believe his way of?
He never married. Gracious, you talk as though all my old admirers have turned their toes up to the daisy.
Well, isn't this the first mention that still survives?
Mother, let me clear the table.
Oh, no, sister, no, sister. Go study your typewriter chart, or practice your shorthand, joking a little. I want you to stay fresh and pretty for gentlemen callers. Why, how many do you suppose we're going to be entertaining this afternoon?
I don't believe we're going to receive any, Mother.
What? Not one. You must be joking. There must have been a flood. There must have been a tornado.
It's not a flood. It's not a tornado. I'm just not as popular as you were in Blue Mountain. Mother's afraid I'm going to be an old maid. Hello, Mother. I was...
Deception, deception.
How was the DAR meeting, Mother? Didn't you go to the DAR meeting?
No, no. I did not have the strength to go to the DAR. In fact, I did not have the courage. I wanted to find a hole in the ground and tie myself in forever.
Why did you do that, Mother? Why are you...
Why, how old are you, Laura?
Mother, you know my age.
It seems I was mistaken. I thought you were an adult.
Please don't stare at me, Mother.
What are we going to do? What is going to become of us? What is the future?
Has something happened, Mother?
As you know, I was supposed to be inducted into my office at the DAR this afternoon. But I stopped off at Rubicam's Business College to speak to your teachers about your having a cold and to ask them what progress they thought you were making down there.
Oh.
I went to your typing instructor and introduced myself as your mother. She knew who you were. Wakefield, she said, we have no such student enrolled after school. I assured her she did, that you've been going to school since early in January. I wonder, she said, if you could be talking about that terribly shy little girl who dropped out of school after only a few days of attendance. No, I said. Laura, my daughter, has been going to school every day for the past 6 weeks. Well, excuse me, she said. She took out the tennis book, and there was your name, unmistakably printed, and all the dates that you've been absent, until they decide that you have dropped out of school. $50 tuition, all our plans, my hopes and ambitions for you have just gone up the spout. Just gone up the spout like that. Laura, where have you been going when you've gone out pretending that you've been going to business college?
I've just been going out walking.
Walking. Walking. In winter? Deliberately courting pneumonia in that light coat? Where'd you walk to, Laura?
All sorts of places. Mostly in the park.
Even after you started catching that cold?
It was the lesser of two evils, Mother. I couldn't go back. I threw up on the floor.
From 7:30 to after 5 every day, you mean to tell me you walked around the park to make me think that you were still going to Rubicam's Business College?
It wasn't as bad as it sounds. I went inside places to get warmed up.
Inside where?
I went in the art museum and the birdhouses at the zoo. I visited the penguins every day. Sometimes I did without lunch and I would go to the movies. Lately I've been spending most of my afternoons in the jewel box, the glass house where they raise the tropical flowers.
You did all this to deceive me? Just for deception? Why?
Mother, when you're disappointed, you got that awful suffering look on your face. Like that picture of Jesus' mouth at the museum.
Hush!
I couldn't
the rest of our lives. Stay home and watch the parades go by. Amuse ourselves with the glass menagerie, darling. Eternally play those worn-out phonograph records that your father left as a painful reminder of him. We won't have a business career. We've given that up because it gave us nervous indigestion. What is there left but dependency all our lives? I know so well what becomes of unmarried women who aren't prepared to occupy a position. I've seen such pitiful cases in the South, barely tolerated spinsters living upon the grudging patronage of sisters, husband, and brothers' wives, stuck away in some little mousetrap of a room. Little burlap women without a nest, eating the crust of humility all their lives. Is this the future we mapped out for ourselves? I swear it's the only alternative I can think of. It isn't a very pleasant alternative, is it? Of course, some girls do marry. Haven't you ever liked some boy?
Yes, I liked one once. I came across his picture a little while ago.
Oh, he gave you his picture.
No, it was in the yearbook.
No, a high school boy.
Yes, his name was Jim. Here he is in the parts of Penzance.
The what?
The operetta the senior class put on. He had a wonderful voice. I sat across the aisle from him in the odd Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Here he is with his silver cup for debating. See his grin?
He must have had a jolly disposition.
He used to call me Blue Roses.
Why did he call you such a name as that?
When I had that attack of pleurosis, he asked me what was the matter. I said I had pleurosis. He thought I said blue roses. That's why he called me after that. Whenever he'd see me, he'd holler, "Hello, Blue Roses." I didn't care for the girl he went out with, Emily Mazenbach. Emily was the best dressed girl at Solden, but she never struck me as being sincere. It says in the personal section that they're engaged. That was 6 years ago. They must be married by now.
Girls that usually aren't cut out for business careers usually wind up married to a nice man. Sister, that's what you'll do.
But Mother,
What?
I'm crippled.
Oh, nonsense, Laura. I told you never to use that word. Well, you're not crippled. You just have a little defect. Hardly noticeable even. When some people have a slight disadvantage like that, they cultivate other things to make up for it. They develop charm, vivacity, and charm. That's all you gotta do. Something your father had plenty of was charm.
After the fiasco Ruth began at King's College, the idea of getting a German cough law became a more and more important part of Mother's calculations. It became like an obsession, like some archetype of the universal unconscious. This image of a German collar haunted our small apartment. And even at home, rarely passed without some allusion to this image, this specter, this hope. Even when he wasn't mentioned, his presence hung in Mother's preoccupied look and in my sister's frightened, apologetic manner. I like a sentence on the Winfields. But Mother's woman of action as well as words, she began to take logical steps in the planned direction. Realizing extra money would be needed to properly feather the nest and plume the bird, she began to conduct a vigorous campaign on the telephone. Roe began to subscribe to one of those magazines for matrons called The Homemaker's Companion. The type of journal that features serialized sublimations of ladies of letter who think in terms of delicate, cup-like breasts, slim, tapering waist, rich, creamy thighs, eyes like wood smoke and all, bodies as strong as Atrocious sculptures.
Hiya, Scott. This is Amanda Wingfield. We missed you at the DAR last Monday. I said to myself, I wonder how that sinus condition is going. How is that sinus condition? Horror! Heaven have mercy! You're a Christian martyr? Yes, honey, that's what you are, a Christian martyr. Well, I just happened to notice that your subscription to the Companions has run out. Yes, honey, just when that new issue by Bessie May Harper was getting off to such an exciting start. You remember how Gone with the Wind took everybody by storm? You simply couldn't go out if you haven't read it. Well, critics are already comparing this one to Gone with the Wind. It's a Gone with the Wind post-World War generation. What? Burning? Oh, honey, go take a look in the oven. Well, I'll hold the wire. Heavens, I think she's hung up.
What are you doing? Yesterday you come to see my books. You had the nerve to.
Yes, that insane book.
Oh.
Salon. I cannot control the output of diseased minds of people who cater to them, but I will not allow such filth brought into my house.
House?
No.
You mean when
Don't say.
Oh, no, that's the same thing.
You will hear more. Tom Winkle, I'm not going to talk to you.
No, Tom.
I've heard enough from you. I've heard enough insolence from you. I'm at the end of my patience.
What do you think I'm at? Haven't any patience to reach the end of, Mother. I know it seems unimportant to you. What I'm doing, what I want to do, having a little difference between them. You don't think that I just...
I think you're doing things that you've been ashamed of. That's why you act like this. I don't think you go to the movies every night. Nobody in their right minds goes to the movies. Nobody in their right minds goes to the movies as often as you pretend to. People don't go to movies at nearly midnight. And movies don't let out at 2 in the morning. Come stumbling in, muttering to themselves like a maniac. Oh, I can see you get 3 hours of sleep, and then you go to work. Oh, I can see the way you're doing things down there. Mumbling, moping, and joking because you're in no condition.
No, I'm in no condition.
All right, have you got to jeopardize your job? Jeopardize the security of all of us.
You think I'm crazy about the warehouse? You think I'm in love with continental shoemakers? You think I'm gonna spend 55 years down in that Celotex interior, those fluorescent tubes? Look, I'd rather somebody take a crowbar and batter out my brains than go back one is, but I go. And every time you come and yell that goddamn rise and shine, I say to myself, how lucky dead people are, but I go. For $65 a month, I give up all I dream of doing and being ever. And you say self? Self is all I ever think of? Well, self is what I thought of, Mother. He or he is. Gone, as far as system transmission reaches. Don't grab me, Mother.
Where you go?
I'm going to the movies.
I don't believe that lie.
I'm going to opium dens. Dens of vice and criminal hangouts, Mother. I joined the Hogan gang. I'm a hired assassin. I carry Tommy gun in a violin case. They call me Killer. Killer Wingfield. I'm leading a double life. A simple, honest warehouse worker by day, by night, a dynamic czar of the underworld, Mother. I'm going to gambling casinos. I spend away fortunes on the roulette table. I wear a patch over one eye, a false mustache, and sometimes I put on green whiskers. On those days, they call me El Diablo. Yeah, I can tell you many things to make you sleepless, my enemies, they plan to dynamite this whole place. They're gonna blow us all sky high some night, and I'll be glad, very happy, and so will you. You'll go up on a broomstick, right over the mountain, 17 gentlemen callers, you ugly old ballad witch!
My class Menagerie!
I will speak to you until you apologize.
please?
Yes, it was a very long program. It was a gargle picture and a newsreel, a preview of coming attractions, and there was an organ solo, a collection of the milk fund that simultaneously which ended up between a terrible fight between a fat lady and an usher.
Did you have to stay through everything?
Of course. Oh, I forgot, there was this huge stage show. The headliner on the stage show is a boy the magician, who performed wonderful tricks. Many of them, such as pouring water back and forth between two pitchers. First it turned to wine, and then it turned to beer, and then it turned to whiskey. I knew it was whiskey it finally turned into because he needed somebody to come up from the audience to help him. I came up both shows. It was complete straight bourbon. He was a very generous fellow. He gave souvenirs. This is his magic scarf. You can have Lord. You wave it over a canary cage and you get a bowl of goldfish. You wave it over a goldfish ball and they fly away canaries. But the wonderful trick of all was the coffin trick. We nailed him into a coffin and he got out of it without removing one nail. There's a trick that come in handy for me. Get me out of this 2x4 situation.
Tom, shh.
What are you shushing me for?
You wake up Mother.
Goody, goody, pay her for all those rise and shines, you know? It doesn't take much intelligence to get yourself in a locked up coffin, Laura, but who the hell ever got himself out of one without removing one nail?
Rise and shine, Laura, tell your brother to rise and shine.
I'll rise, but I won't shine.
Laura, tell your brother his coffee is ready.
Tom, it's nearly 7. Don't make Mother nervous. Tom, speak to Mother this morning. Make up with her. Apologize. Speak to her.
She's the one that started not speaking to me.
If you just say you're sorry, she'll start speaking.
Her not speaking, is that such a tragedy?
Please. Please.
Laura, are you going to do what I asked you to do, or do I have to go get dressed and go out myself?
Going. As soon as I get on my coat. Butter, what else?
Just butter. Tell them to charge it.
Mother, they make such faces when I do that.
All sticks and stones can break our bones, but the expression Mr. Garfield's face won't harm us. Tell your brother his coffee is ready. Get him hold.
Tom, do what I ask you. Will you? Will you, Tom?
Laura, go now, or just don't go at all.
Going.
Mother, I apologize for everything I said. I didn't mean it.
My devotion has made me a witch, and so I make myself hateful to my children.
No, you don't.
I worry so much. I don't sleep. It makes me nervous.
I understand that.
I've had to put up such a solitary battle all these years. Don't my rock can't bow. Don't fall down. Don't fail.
I try, Mother.
Try and you will succeed. Why, you're just full of natural endowments. Both of my children are. They're unusual children. Don't you think I know it? I'm so proud and happy and feel I have so much to be thankful for. Promise me one thing, son.
What, Mom?
Promise me that you'll never be a drunkard.
I'll never be a drunkard, Mother.
That's what frightened me so, that you'd be drinking. Eat a bowl of Purina,
No, Mother, just coffee.
or a shredded wheat biscuit.
Mother, just coffee.
Oh, but you can't go put in a day's work on an empty stomach. You got 10 minutes. Don't go. Drinking two hot liquids together makes cancer of the stomach. Put green in it
No, thank you.
to cool it.
Mother, I want it black.
I know, but it's not good for you. We have to do all that we can to break ourselves up. In these trying times that we live in, all that we can cling to is each other. That's why it's so important to Tom. Oh, Tom, I sent out your sister so I could discuss something with you. If you hadn't spoken, I would have spoken to you.
What is it you want to discuss, Mother?
Laura.
Laura?
You know how Laura is. So quiet and still waters run deep. She notices things, and I think she broods about them. A few days ago when I came in, she was crying.
About what?
You.
Me?
She has an idea you're not happy here.
What gave her that idea?
Oh, this is any idea. However, you do act strangely. I'm not criticizing. Understand that. I know your ambitions don't lie at the warehouse. Not like everybody else in the whole wide world. You gotta make sacrifices. But Tom, life's not easy. It calls for Spartan endurance. Oh, there's so many things in my heart that I cannot describe to you. I never told you, but I loved your father.
Mother, I know that.
And when I see you taking after his ways, staying out late, and you had been drinking when you were in that terrible condition that night. Laura says they paint the apartment, and that's why you go out nights. Is that true, Tom?
No. You say that there's so much in your heart that you can't describe to me. Well, that's true of me, too. There's so much in my heart that I can't describe to you. So let's just respect each other's...
But why? Why, Tom, are you always so restless? Where do you go to nights?
I go to the movies.
But Tom, you go to the movies too much.
Adventure's not something I get much at the warehouse, so I go to the movies.
But Tom, why do you go to the movies entirely so much?
I like a lot of adventure.
Most young men find adventure in their careers.
Well, most young men are not employed in a warehouse.
Most young men are employed in factories, warehouses, and offices.
Do all of them find adventure in their careers?
They do or they do without. Not everybody has a craze for adventure.
Men is by instinct a lover, a hunter, a fighter. None of those are given much play in a warehouse, Mother.
Man is by instinct. Don't quote instinct with me. Instinct is something that people have gotten away from. It belongs to animals. Christian adults don't want it.
What do Christian adults want then, Mother?
Superior things, things in the mind and the spirit. Animal instincts satisfy. Surely your aims are higher than theirs. They're monkeys, pigs.
I reckon they're not.
You're joking. However, that's not what I want to discuss.
I have much time.
Sit down.
Do you want to put your bread at the warehouse, Mother?
You got 5 minutes. I want to talk about Laura.
All right. What about Laura?
We have to be making some plans and provisions for her. She's older than you, 2 years, and nothing has happened. She just drifts along doing nothing. It frightens me terribly that she just drifts along.
I guess she's the type that people call homegirls.
Oh, there's no such type, and if there is, it's a pity. That unless the home is hers with a husband.
What?
Oh, I can see the handwriting on the walls plain as I can see the notes in front of my face. More and more, you remind me of your father. Staying out late without any explanation, then left, goodbye, and there I was with a bag to hold. Very well then go. But not till there's someone to take your place.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, for someone to take care of Laura. Married, independent, living on her own. Why then, you'll be able to do whatever you please. On land, on sea, whichever way the wind blows you. But until then, how are you to look out for your sister? Now, I don't say me because I'm old and I don't matter. I say your sister because she's young and dependent.
Well, what can I do about it?
Overcome selfishness. Self is all you ever think of. Where's your muffler? Put your muffler on.
Well, I'm too late to.
Tom, I haven't said what I had in mind to ask you.
What?
Are there any nice young men down at the warehouse?
No.
Oh, there must be some.
Mother.
Oh, find one that's clean living and doesn't drink.
What?
Oh, your sister, to me, to get acquainted.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, will you, dear?
Yes!
kidney condition. Horrors! You're a Christian martyr? Yes, honey, that's what you are, a Christian martyr. Well, I just happened to notice in my little red book that your subscription has run out. Yes, just when that wonderful new series about Bessie May Harper was getting off to such a good start. It's the first thing she's written since Honeymoon for 3. Wasn't it a strange and interesting story? Well, I believe this one's even lovelier. It has a sophisticated society background. Yes, it's all about the horses set on Long Island. Son,
What?
will you do me a favor?
What is that?
Comb your hair. Your hair looks so pretty when it's combed. There's only one respect in which I would like you to emulate your father.
What respect is that?
The carryover in his appearance. He never allowed himself to look untidy. Where you going?
I'm gonna go smoke.
Oh, you smoke too much. A pack of tea at 15 cents a pack amounts to how much in a month, Tom? 30 times 15 is how much? Oh, figure it out and you'll be astounded at how much you could save. Enough to give you a night school course in accounting at Washington U. Oh, just think of what a wonderful thing that would be for you, son.
I'd rather smoke.
Oh, that's a tragedy.
Across the alleyway from us was the Paradise Dance Hall. On evenings, it's bringing the windows and doors are open and the music came outdoors. Sometimes the lights were turned out except for a large glass sphere that hung from the center. It was slowly turned out and was filled to the dust with delicate rainbow colors. Then the orchestra would play a waltz or a tango, something that had a slow and sinuous rhythm. Couples would come outside to relative privacy out of the way, and you could see them kissing behind ash pits and telephone poles. This was the compensation for lives that had passed like mine without any change or adventure. Adventure and change are imminent this year. They're waiting around the corner for all these kids to spin in the midst of a Burkish garden, caught in folds of chainwoods and road. In Spain it was Guernica, but here there was only hot swing music and liquor, dance hall, bars and movies, and sex that hung in the moon like a chandelier, and flooded the world with brief, deceptive rainbows. All the world was waiting in the Providence.
A fire escape landing's a poor excuse for a porch. What are you looking at?
A moon.
Is there a moon this evening?
Yes, it's rising over Garfinkel's delicatessen.
Oh, so it is. A little silver slipper of a moon. I haven't made a wish on it yet. What did you wish for?
That's a secret.
Huh, a secret, huh? Well, I won't tell you mine either. I would just be as mysterious as you.
I bet I can guess what yours is.
What, is my head so transparent?
You're not a sphinx.
No, I don't have secrets, but I will tell you what I wish for on the moon. I wish for success and happiness for my precious children. I wish for whenever there's a moon and when there isn't. I wish for it too.
I thought you wished for a gentleman calling.
Why do you say that?
Remember asking me to fetch one?
I think I made the suggestion that it'd be nice for a sister if you asked a nice young man to come over from the warehouse. I think I made that suggestion more than once.
Yes, you may repeatedly.
Well,
We're gonna have one.
what?
A gentleman caller.
You mean you asked a nice young man to come over?
I did ask him to dinner.
You did. You really did. And did he accept?
He did.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
I thought that you could.
It's definitely then.
Very definite.
Soup?
Very soon.
Oh, for heaven's sake, stop putting on. Will you tell me some things?
What things do you want to know?
Naturally, I would like to know when he's coming over.
He's coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
Oh, but Tom.
What, Mother?
Tomorrow gives me no time.
Time for what?
Preparations. Why didn't you phone me as soon as you asked him, the minute he accepted? Why don't you see I could have been getting ready?
You don't have to make a fuss at all, Mother.
Oh, Tom. Of course I have to make a fuss. I want things to look nice, not sloppy, not put together. It simply means I have to do some fast thinking, won't I?
I don't see why you have to think at all.
Oh, you just don't know. We can't have a gentleman caught in a pigsty. Oh, my wedding silk has to be polished. The The monogram table linen ought to be laundered. The windows need to be washed. Fresh curtains put up. Oh, and what about clothes? I'll have to wear something.
Mother, this boy's known to make a fuss over.
Do you realize that this is the first young man we've introduced to sister? It's terrible, dreadful, and disgraceful that sister has never received a single gentleman card. Tom, show him inside.
For what?
I want to ask you something.
Listen, if you're gonna make a fuss about this, I'll call off. I'll tell him not to come.
Oh, you simply won't do anything of the kind. Nothing offensive or worse than broken engagement. It simply means I'll have to work like a Turk. It won't be brilliant, but we'll pass inspection. Now come inside and sit down.
Any particular place you want me to sit, Mother?
Oh, thank heavens I got that new sofa. And I'm making payments on a floor lamp. Oh, and these chintz covers, they'll brighten things up. And I hope to have these walls repapered. What is this young man's name?
It's O'Connor, Mother.
That means fish. Tomorrow is Friday. I will say below with dirt he's dressing. What does this young man do? He works at the warehouse.
How else would I have known?
Oh, Tom. He doesn't drink.
Mother, why do you ask me that?
Your father did.
Mother, don't get started on that.
Oh, he does drink.
Not that I know of.
Make sure be certain. The last thing I want from my daughter is a boy who drinks.
Aren't you being a little bit premature? Mr. O'Connor hasn't even arrived on the scene yet.
But will tomorrow to meet sister. And what do I know about his character? Nothing. Only means are better off than wives or drunkards.
Oh my God.
Oh, be still.
Plenty of fellows meet girls whom they don't marry, Mother.
Oh, talk sense to me, Tom. Don't be sarcastic.
What are you doing?
I'm brushing that palate down. What is this young man's position at the warehouse?
This young man's position is that of a shipping clerk, Mother.
Sounds to me like a fairly responsible job. The sort of job that you'd be in if you just had a little more get up. Oh, what's his salary? Have you any idea?
I judge it to be approximately $85 a month.
Well, not princely, but
20 more than I make.
guess how well I know. But for a family man, $85 a month is not much more than you can get by.
Yes, but Mr. O'Connor's not a family man, Mother.
He might be. Mightn't he, sometime in the future?
I see. Plans and provisions.
You are the only young man who I know who ignores the fact that the future becomes the present becomes the past, and the past turns into everlasting regret if you don't plan for it.
I'll think that over and see what I can make of it.
Oh, don't be supercilious with me.
His name is James D. O'Connor. The D is for Delaney.
Irish on both sides. Gracious and doesn't drink.
Shall I come up this very moment and ask him?
Oh, the only way to find out about those things is to make discreet inquiries at the proper moment. When I was a girl in Blue Mountain, it was suspected that a young man drank. And the girl whose attention he had been receiving, if any girl was, would speak to the minister of his church, or rather her father would, if her father was still living, and sort of feel out the young man's character. That's how things were discreetly handled, so a young woman would make a tragic mistake.
How did you make a tragic mistake then, Mother?
Oh, the innocent look of your father had everyone fooled. He smiled, the world was enchanted. No girl could do worse than put herself at the mercy of a handsome appearance. I hope that Mr. O'Connor's not too good looking.
Not too good looking. He's covered in freckles and has much of a nose.
Not right down home though.
Not right down home, just medium homey, I'd say.
Character's what to look for in a man.
That's what I've always said, Mother.
You never said anything of the kind, and I suspect you'd never give it a thought.
Don't be so suspicious of me.
At least I hope he's the type that's up and coming.
I think he really goes in for self-improvement.
What reason have you to think so?
He goes to night school.
Oh, splendid! What does he do? I mean, study.
Radio engineering and public speaking.
Oh, then he has visions of being advanced in the world. Any young man who studies public speaking is aiming to have an executive job someday. And radio engineering? Oh, that's a thing for the future. Ooh, both of these facts are very illuminating. Those are the sort of things that a mother should know concerning any young man who calls on her daughter.
One little warning though. Jim doesn't know about Laura. I didn't tell me I had dark ulterior motives. I just said, why don't you come over for dinner? And he said fine, and that was the whole conversation.
I bet it was your eloquent as an oyster. However, he'll find out how she is when he gets here. He'll see how sweet and lovely and pretty she is, and he'll think his lucky stars he's asked to dinner.
Mother, you mustn't expect too much out of Laura.
What do you mean?
I mean, Laura's all those things to you and me because she's ours and we love her. We really need to realize she's crippled anymore.
Don't say crippled. I told you never to use that word.
Face the fact, she is, Mother, and that's not all.
What do you mean, not all?
Laura's very different from other girls.
I think the difference is all to her advantage.
Not quite all. In the eyes of others, strangers even, she's terribly shy and lives in a world of her own. Those things make her seem peculiar to people outside of the house.
Don't say peculiar.
Face the fact, she is.
Why do you say peculiar, may I ask?
She lives in a world of her own, a world of little glass ornaments, Mother. She plays old photographic records, and that's about all.
Where you going?
Go to the movies.
Oh, not to the movies. Every night to the movies? I don't believe you always go to the movies. Laura? Oh, Laura!
Yes, Mother?
Let those dishes go and come in front. Laura, I want you to make a wish on the moon.
Moon? Moon?
A little silver slipper of a moon. Now make a wish, Laura. Now, darling.
What shall I wish for, Mother?
Happiness and good fortune.